Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings.
Hi guys, I'm Sam and we're GhanaBound, and today we have a lovely couple that are coming up to their 3rd anniversary in Ghana also, and I'm going to allow them to introduce themselves and we're going to find out what they're up to in Ghana right now. Hi guys.
Hey, how you doing, Sam?
I'm good, how are you?
Oh, grateful.
Fantastic. So please, can you let our wonderful viewers know a little about yourselves and what you're currently doing in Ghana?
Yeah, absolutely. My name is Nathan Agaji. Originally, my family's actually Ghanaian.
Okay.
But I was a first generation Canadian from Toronto, Canada.
Oh, Canada crew.
Yeah,
You're ex here.
Yeah, Canada. My wife?
Yeah, so my name is Chantal. As Nathan said, really first generation Canadian. My family is not Ghanaian.
Okay.
I have no roots in Ghana.
Yeah.
My family is actually from Trinidad, both parents, so very well versed in the Caribbean Carnival and just Caribbean culture and also Canadian culture. So coming out here, it was a big change.
It must be. Whew, let me unpack that. So my brother.
Yes,
and my sister.
yes,
when did you
yes.
first get to Canada? Did you grow up there? Were you born there?
So as first generation Canadians, our parents, my mother is Ghana, my father is Ghana, and anyway, my parents came.
Voltarian.
They're Voltarian, right? That's what's going on. So my
Yeah.
father, it was a different time, to be honest, when they were, in their, youth. So they saw an opportunity to come to Canada and, make a better living, so they could say. And you know what? I think they did their job. They had us, and we are Canadian, and unfortunately it's like we're tourists in our own country of Ghana, but they instilled, the will to, make something of yourself and step into your own greatness. So we saw an opportunity to come to Ghana and do exactly that.
That's it. For myself, born in Canada, spent some years in Trinidad as a youth. And then my parents pretty much decided to move back to Canada for us to do our schooling.
Okay.
So went through all my years of schooling, university, graduated mechanical engineering, aerospace. Worked as an engineer for over 10 years.
Wow. Aerospace.
In aerospace, yeah.
Wow. That's awesome. Look what we brought back to Ghana. Oh, so what are you currently working on in Ghana?
Yes.
Are we bringing a spaceship to Ghana? Are you working on that?
Not at all.
Oh, come on.
Not at all.
Over time, I think being an aerospace engineer, Chantal, was a part of the process.
Yes.
For her to become a great leader.
Yeah.
I graduated economics, so not as esteemed as aerospace. She was actually my math tutor.
Wow. Okay.
So I played American football. I needed some help to graduate and make sure I was on point.
Sure, I watched this movie.
Yeah.
Passed the class.
Yeah, I passed the class, I did well, but more importantly, we became leaders, learning to got into business for ourselves, these type of things. So we saw an opportunity in 2021 where we realized to be able to bridge the gap between the global business world and the Ghanaian workforce.
Right.
Many skilled individuals that graduate university degrees, the same understanding as maybe in North America, but maybe just a culture a little bit different in terms of business. So we worked in business for 10 plus years, opening offices in financial education, distribution, recruit, training, development, and we said, look, we can bring our skills to the continent, provide training and development, and then help businesses, across the globe scale and become that much better.
Okay. How do you support local Ghanaians? It's really good that you
So
are.
one thing that we really saw, Nathan was seeing, was that we saw a lot of great talent. However, it's just the access to opportunity that local Ghanaians didn't have. So what we do is we really just connect them with businesses abroad. Right? A lot of businesses abroad, they're looking to grow, expand. However, resources are limited, right? And we all experience that. So what we do is actually we recruit and train university graduates to work for businesses abroad. So we provide employment opportunities for them, quality employment opportunities, and then that becomes a great win-win. Right? So for businesses abroad that are really looking to grow, expand, they have big goals, big dreams, but they're limited. So being able to pair the two, it creates that win-win that everybody wins.
I mean, Ghana with dollars and pounds.
Yes.
It's a really good experience. And brings me on to my next segue. How was it when you first got to Ghana here? Because you're 3 years in, and there's a lot of similarity. We're first generation in the UK.
Yes.
You're respectively in Canada.
Yes.
Did you come here all prepared? Did you have, businesses back there, and it was just, you walked through and...
That sounds great.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
And we would all love it if it was like that, However, there's reality when your feet hit the ground.
Yes.
And the reality is real. So yes, we actually did have businesses abroad. So we learned a lot of business skills and business development. Throughout the years that we've been married, we've been actually traveling to Ghana often. So we were able to see the terrain, really to get a good idea of how to really develop.
See the change,
Yes.
see the opportunity, set expectations for ourselves.
Yes,
And
even
that
for
was
our
one
children.
thing. Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
So yes, in that sense, we were prepared. However, you can never really be completely prepared.
Yeah.
Right? Even the best Girl Scouts or the best Boy Scouts always have that little bit of unknown, that you kind of have to just experience.
It's true.
Really to know. So yeah, there has been good, there has been bad. All in all, it's a matter of deciding, hey, this is the goal, and we're gonna push through it, because it's not just for us. It's really we have employees that love what we're doing, right? Because now all of a sudden they can provide for their families. They have opportunity, right? We have businesses abroad that absolutely love what they're doing, because now they can provide for their families because their businesses are growing, expanding.
Really good.
So it's not about us, really. It's about what we're doing and how we're really growing that.
Really came in and really saw a problem and a solution for that problem.
Yes.
Anyone's been here, Ghana, you can literally lose yourself looking for solutions. There's so many chances and opportunities
That's
here.
right.
It's not a done deal. It's
That's
an open
right.
book.
Yes.
That's right.
And I think you really picked well, man.
Yeah, well, it's when you have a vision, you want to accomplish great things, and we're adventurers, as I said. It's we're not afraid to try something. Unfortunately, like I said, because we may have an understanding of business is not easy, and you have to kind of go above and beyond and put in a real effort. We're like, why not do it in the continent where we can bring real change and see the change happening, like live.
Yeah.
Right, and it's very encouraging. And you look back at the decision that was made, like, are we really going to do this?
I can relate to that. Because you said that you'd come and go a few times.
Yeah.
And I'm asking a loaded question.
That's fine.
Were you sure every time that you came and left that you were coming back to Ghana?
When we first came, we weren't sure we were going to move here. It was like, oh, we could come and visit. But then we saw, like I said, it was like I played American football. So when I see a scene, I see that opening, I'm taking it, right? So we saw the opportunity. We said, look, there's a need for leadership, because leadership is not so much in politicians, it's in the person in your own seat, the person in the mirror. So we said, we know if we want to be the change we wish to see, let's go do something. Let's go be the change that we wish to see, right?
That's an important mindset before moving to Ghana. You can't come to Ghana and then complain that the government isn't doing for you, or your local councilman isn't doing for you. You come to Ghana to get things cracking.
Yep.
And just do.
That's right.
So you've been here 3 years. Is it your employees or your children? What's kept you here? Because it's quite challenging to live in Ghana. What do you think has what's sealed you being here?
I think it would have to say, like, our why would have to be like the fact that we look at legacy. I tell them, I said, my father, my mother, like, my father was yesterday. He's yesterday again. I'm today's again. Tomorrow, our son or our daughter. So I think the legacy is really what we looked at as we didn't have a chance to really experience, our home, Africa, or, even Trinidad, as much as we would have liked to. And that's circumstance, life happens. But at least we can do that for our children, and then show them that no matter what you want to accomplish, you just put your mind to it And it's not going to be easy, but you can get it done.
You can get it done.
Right?
I
And
like that.
make sure you help others along the way. It can always be that win-win. That's where WINNCK comes from. Right? That's that win-win scenario where we can both walk away with a W and feel good about what happened.
Got you.
That's it.
Got
That's
you.
it.
How did your parents feel when you told them that you were coming back?
Oh, that's
All that hard work, and now you're running back.
that's a whole other discussion.
Oh, really?
That's a whole other discussion.
Yeah, but they, like I said, we're Canadian, so it's kind of weird for them to look at us. And even, I don't speak the language fluently. Like, I may understand here and there, but like I said, I'm a tourist in our own country. It was weird to them. They're like, what do you do? Why would you go? What's there for you?
Yeah.
Like, all these questions of why it would not make sense. Not to say it kind of pushed us to want to go more, but it was like, no, something, we're being called. So unfortunately and fortunately, when you're being called by a spiritual power or an energy which is not going to let you just brush it off, we had to kind of make that change. And they accepted it at the end of the day.
For me, I could say like the ignorance is real, right? North America does not understand, and we're not educated, right? In the sense of what is Africa and what is Africa today, right? Everybody, like the images that we see aren't necessarily favorable, right? So the idea is, oh, you're going to Africa? What? There's lions, there's tigers. What? There's no electricity. What do you mean?
Tigers, like you could have picked anything else. They don't even live here. What are you talking about?
But that's the ignorance, right?
Yes.
And it's scary. Well, not scary, but it's funny how many similarities there are between yourselves, because we had that conversation with our parents, and I was saying earlier that even at the airport, one of our mothers was like, it's okay, you can come back. If I was moving to Spain or France, you wouldn't, like, really?
It'd be okay.
And then when we did tell them, because we started our journey very early, I remember literally phoning up best friends, phoning up mum and saying, we've actually got the tickets. And like, oh, you're serious? And I thought, hold on, they did everything to get out, and now we're coming back. And then on another level, like you just touched upon, kind of feels like first-gen immigrants in your own country.
Yes.
And I'm not too hot on the language, like get by bits and pieces. Yabba's really killing it. Even the children are like, oh, shame, Daddy, you don't need to say that. Ooh, and then with an accent that's kicking in everything. So it's almost like we're them in Canada or in England.
That's right.
We just come up pioneering, coming back, seeing opportunity here that people that didn't see an opportunity in the countries. It's I think, give yourself a pound.
Absolutely.
We got 3 years here now.
Let's do it.
And all the 10-year crew are laughing at us right now.
Y'all ain't seen nothing yet, right? I remember when we came, spoke with one lady, and she's, was in Canada, she has a business out here as well. She was like, if you can make it 5 years, you can make it.
I got that with 3 years. Now 3 years, they're telling me 10.
Oh, you see that? Levels to it.
Yeah, definitely. So how are your children finding Ghana, and what did you, we talked about education, legacy, what obviously we didn't want from the system that we were getting, and maybe is that?
Yeah, I mean, there's so much to that, right? So for us, we found that they weren't learning about themselves in a prideful way.
Yeah.
Right? That sense of enjoyment and that sense of pride in who they are. They didn't necessarily get that right away. So coming out here, for us, we're adventurous, right? And we have them in a private school out in Ghana, and we see the difference. We see the difference in them learning about their culture, learning about their history. They come home, they have the newest dances, and our son is learning trees, learning Ga, our daughter too. But they have that sense of knowing who they are and loving who they are.
That's awesome.
And that's a beautiful feeling. That's invaluable in that sense, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And even when we first told them, they're children, right? So they kind of do it with their parents, just like how we did, right? But afterwards, kind of reflected on it and asking them, like, how has it been? You know, what would you sum it up? And our daughter looked at it, so it was like, I would say it's a success. You know, like.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, right. It's like
that's
so
nice. Come on. We had to prep them. They were younger.
Okay.
And we had to prep them. So I always remember growing up, and if I don't get grades, I'm going sent to Ghana.
I don't want to go to Ghana, right? Get a
So
show.
I had no intention. I flipped the whole thing on its head. Good grades, we're going to Ghana. So everything about it was a reward. It was good. It was just like the others that were going to go to Spain, that were going to go to Italy. You go to Ghana. We get the chance. So when he got here, I said, Daddy, you didn't lie. You told me everybody would be brown at my school. And they are. He was so overjoyed and confidence for both of them. They're sky high. Like you say, when they come back and they're fully involved with their Ghanaian school and that community.
It's different.
Yo, this is not mine at all. This is all for you.
It's different. It's so different.
Yeah.
I remember picking up the children from school and I'm like, which child is mine?
Literally.
Thank you, I was 100%. And the energies were matched. The energies were matched. We thought that we'd come here and, you know, the sun would take out a bit of that energy. Forget it, they're solar powered.
They charge up.
They charge up. And it's like, how do these teachers do this? Whoa.
Well, even the schools, right? I find it's very much independent. It's a lot independent.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like they have to do the work on their own. They got to write it down. They got to take the questions. They got to do so that independence. I like to see them, you know, like I said, jump into or step into their own greatness, even as adolescents.
Yeah.
So the experience, them having an experience in North America, and them having an experience in Ghana, is going to make them that much more full of people.
Yes.
You know?
Seems to be a lot more. I don't know about your particular school, don't mention it, but they seem to have a lot more focus on excellence, on being good, being knowledge, learning. It's like, it's good to know. It's not just turning up, oh, I made the effort, oh, there you go, little Johnny, that was good. It's like, no, I want to be the best in class. There is a spirit of competition.
Completely.
That's what's needed. I mean, sorry.
No. I was just going to say that I find in North America, it was more like the children are going to school because their parents sent them to school. Whereas here, the children are in school because they want to be there.
Yeah.
So there's a spirit of competition, even within the classes, where the children want to be there, they want to learn, they want to get the information, they want to be the best.
Totally needed when you've got your own companies and you're going for contracts. It's not just turning up, doesn't get the job done.
No.
And striving to be better,
Be involved.
adding more value to it. It's like, I get that over here. You got a lot of people over here are entrepreneurs.
Yes.
At different levels, but ability. Our cameraman here. Are you just a cameraman? Nobody is just one thing out here.
That's right.
And you can see how it's encouraged, and I think you have to be around here. Yeah.
And to piggyback off what you're saying in terms of that whole like wanting to think for yourself, you said the children, when we first took them to school, like we brought pencils. Because in North America they use pencils. Out here they don't use pencils. They told the children, use a pen. Think before you write. You shouldn't have to erase anything if you thought about it. I was like,
that was a problem for us. What do you mean? But he evolved. He just got better.
Just think about it before you write. Don't just go and chuck down anything. It's awesome. So I'm just so happy for you guys. You genuinely seem happy here, and you're engaging. You have put a wall up around you, and in Ghana, which you can see happening. It's been a success, huh?
Yeah. It's been a process from the planning originally when we first came. Like we thought it out. We said, what would we need? Because we're still ignorant. But we can have an idea of if we were to move anywhere, what would we want to make sure we have? Even if it's small foods that usually we only have in North America that our children are going to want, as we wean them off those foods, we pack that stuff. We really try to take a real thought into how can we make the transition seamless. Right.
as smooth as possible.
Smooth. And then how can we make money? Because you go somewhere, you have to be able to make money, and you have to be able to live somewhere, right?
Yep.
So how can we ensure that we can have some kind of revenue? How can we ensure that we can put our head down somewhere?
Yep. And in that, I mean, we literally listed out at least 30 businesses that we could have started just like that, right? In coming here. And over the past 3 years, I think that list has even evolved, has developed so much because there isn't a lack of opportunity.
Yeah.
And that's the crazy part about it, right? There isn't a lack of opportunity. We're the limit in terms of, okay, what do we think we can do? You know, what funds do we have to start? And what's the limit in our imagination? But just the fact that, hey, if you think about it, if the government isn't doing it, that's an opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah.
If there's something you're complaining about that you want, that you're like, oh, this should be,
Go do it.
that's an
Be the
opportunity.
leader in it.
Yeah.
That's literally what it is.
So, in an apartment right now, watching us in Toronto, any tips for how they can make the transition over here?
Absolutely. I think the first, do in terms of expectations, okay? Set your expectations. Because North America is not Ghana.
Yes.
UK is not Ghana. Ghana is Ghana. Right? So it has its own positives, its own negatives. Right? And be willing to accept both.
Yeah. Right? And really, I would say, prepare. Do your research.
Yeah.
Do your research. Go through your channel.
We got a lot of info there.
A lot of info. At this point in time, it's hard to say I didn't know, right? Because there's so much information out there that if you really want to be informed, you can be, right? Contact people, ask them, right? Phone them up, say, hey, how was this? How was that? Plan what you want to do, right? Because it's not just now we touch down here. Really, as Nathan said, you have to think of where am I going to stay, right? What am I going to do? And there's so much possibility that you kind of really have to have a great inventory of who you are and the types of things that you like to do. So once you kind of have that idea and then you research where you're going, then you can sort of blend the two.
That includes networking, it includes, if it's a real life decision, take the investment and come to the business. Come and see what's up for yourself, right? Come and experience it, see what's going on and see if it's something for you. And if it is, believe in your own greatness.
Definitely. I take my hats off to those that literally jumped in, came to Ghana, that's it, I'm here.
Right?
This is your first time. This is your first time. I'm here. Some people got caught up in the whole COVID thing and was like, yeah, well, they closed the borders, I'm here now. I'm just like, oh, amazing. Yeah, they're doing their thing, but they're doing it. You know? I just add maybe that you should keep yourself manageable because Ghana will change you.
Yes.
And on so many different levels. If you walk around Ghana being too pompous, thinking that you're a small child will embarrass you, it can happen. And you get used to water doesn't flow every day. It just doesn't. You're going to change. You're going to, we're both used to a credit-based system. That's right. Ghana is a credit-based system. You've got people planning to have a year's rent. In the year before, you never had to monthly rent. So it will change you.
Yes.
But stay malleable.
Yeah, completely. And I remember that in the Caribbean. I mean, you have to kind of bend, right? If a store is supposed to open at 8 o'clock, and you're standing there at 7:50 and nobody's there, or even 8:10, nobody's there, is it the end of the world?
Yeah.
Or is it not? And if they show up at 8:30 and they open it up, are you going to be upset?
Or are you going to get what you need and keep it moving? And you're right, because there's so many things that you wouldn't account for, rather, even in your day. Like, wow, I was going to this meeting and a cho-cho wheel came off, why drive? You know, random things can happen, and so you have to bear that in mind.
Yeah. You wanted to say, you don't see that often.
Well, what's the version here? Oh, this is Ghana.
This is Ghana.
Ghana.
Yeah, we drive in our car, we say it all the time. Ghanaians don't break, they bend. So we personally have to be prepared to also bend.
Don't be like, this is my lane. No, someone's gonna encroach on your lane, and you need to be able to encroach on the next person's lane, and so on and so forth.
We all enjoy the Wahala together. Make it happen.
Ghana is a lovely place, just as much as anything in life. I'm big on, hey, no matter where you want to go, prepare yourself. I prefer people traveling out to Ghana to all different types of places across the globe. Yeah. Instead, we chose Ghana, right? We chose Africa, because we wanted to be able to instill leadership from within. When we started WINNCK, WINNCK was a vision to bring change. WINNCK was a vision to create a bridge to support businesses across the globe while creating employment in the African continent. WINNCK was a win-win opportunity, where someone could literally be like, man, success is a week away, success is next door. Yes. All I gotta do is make a decision today, and all of a sudden I can have everything that I want. So for those that are abroad and they want to be able to grow their business and realize that they can get support from the continent, we got great quality individuals that can support their success, right? For individuals that want to be able to make some extra revenue, that are not in the continent or even in, hey, go find someone that can really support, get in contact with WINNCK, and we'll support your success. Right? We're here to bring the best out of everyone. If we do it together, together is always better. So we might as well make it happen.
Definitely. Of course, we'll have all their details in the description below. And they can reach out. Do you have any details?
Oh, for sure. Info@winck.com. So that's info@WINNCK.com. That's WINNCK.com. Right? Regular WINNK, but we put extra wings in there.
I like this guy.
Or just go to our website.
Okay.
Yeah, WINNCK.com.
That's right. We'll have that in the description box below.
Our social media handles, WINNKWorks, right? WINNKWorks, Instagram, LinkedIn. Hit us up, or let's go do something special because we can.
They're here, ready to connect with the world, guys. Teach today. Thank you so much for coming in and spending some time. We're here in Nima. Okay, actually, that family in Nima here.
Right.
So this is the end. We're in the end. Getting it done. Guys, if you liked today's episode, don't hesitate. Smash the like button. If you think someone could do with connecting with WINNCK and with the continent on a real meaningful level, share this content. And hey, if you don't want to miss out, hit that subscribe button in 3, 2, 1, 3. Welcome to the family. We'll see you.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals they take us high.